Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Welcome Star Family. This pick a card is about your life purpose, maybe even your spiritual mission. We want to see if we can get messages about your life purpose. So if you haven't as of yet taken the time to pick a card or a crystal on the table, by all means go back to the very beginning of the video. There are timestamps in the description box as well as in the pinned comment to take you directly to that portion of the video where you can pause and take as much time as you need in order to choose. I have rainbow moonstone here, smoky quartz, and citrine on the table. If during that time you're focusing, you feel led to pick more than one card or one crystal, listen to intuition. That's always going to be highly encouraged here. Do what you feel is necessary in that case. These readings are timeless, so whether you watch it at the upload time or sometime after, whenever it's placed into your awareness and you feel that nudge to watch, there may indeed be a message here for you. These readings are general, so at the same time, I can't expect these to connect with everybody. Some of you come from so many different walks of life out there. It would be almost impossible for me to resonate with everybody watching. But what I do say is if this particular card reading does not connect for you, maybe consider checking out my Pick a Card playlist, exploring my Pick a Card readings. I have so many there. There may be another one that will connect better. And when all is said and done, if I'm not the reader for you, that is okay. YouTube has many readers out there. I'm pretty sure there's one that's out there in YouTube world that has the messages you're looking for this time around. So with all that being said, I'm going to get this out of the way. We're going to go directly into the first reading. Pile number 1 viewers, you chose this lovely piece of rainbow moonstone, even though, there we go. It's kind of hard to see the blue flash in this with these lights that I have, but that's your stone. I'm just going to put that there. There's a message on the back of this card as well, but I'm going to save that for the very, very last. We're going to put your card there. I'm going to use that kind of like a final oracle card. So we're looking for messages regarding your life purpose. Okay, so let's see. Pile number 1 viewers, what messages are there for you in regards to your life purpose, your spiritual mission? What messages maybe do you need to hear at this time in regards to your life purpose, your spiritual mission? All right, so we have family. It says loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. Okay. Trust. It says trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. And counseling. You heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathic ear. Okay, for whatever reason, this is giving me the vibe of wise sage. Okay, whoever's picking this reading pile 1, you might actually be the wise sage of your family. You might be the seat of wisdom in your household. Okay, that's the vibe that I'm getting, and that's actually part of your spiritual mission here. Maybe even tied into your life purpose too, but this is feeling more spiritual mission related in the sense that you're here for a purpose. You're here to be that wise sage for your family, that verbal source, okay, of wisdom that is maybe needed. Perhaps you are one of those people that naturally people just flock to you and maybe tell you their problems. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from these cards already. You just have a natural counseling ability. Okay, maybe you also get messages in dreams, and that's kind of what I'm feeling from this. You may get messages in the dream state that you then communicate to people close to you. You might get a dream about something that would deliver a message to a family member, or maybe even a forewarning, because sometimes if you have precognitive dreams, it's kind of like the universe giving you a heads up of an event, I guess. And I mean, I know it's happened to me where I dream of things ahead of time, and I'm prepared because of that. Okay, I dream of things ahead of happening, and then it prepares me for when it does happen. I'm not surprised, So it's that kind of feeling. Like you might get a lot of downloads, or you might get messages in the dream state that either warn you or help you or give you insight, which then you can pass on, not only to keep for yourself, but you can pass this energy or communication from the spirit realm. You can pass that on to others surrounding you or close to you, you know. So let's see if we can get at least 3 tarot cards here. So messages about your life purpose, your spiritual mission. Pile number 1. Okay. So we have the Ace of Cups. These like to stick, by the way. The Knight of Wands. That's Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. That could be you. That could be someone in your environment. Wow. We have a King of Cups. So do you see what I mean when it comes to the wise sage energy I was picking up? Because we have the King of Cups, and he does look like a wise old sage, and he's sitting there with his cup. And I always look at the court cards in regards to the cups as psychic. So again, you might have psychic abilities, and it's because you're very or highly intuitive. Intuitive energy is usually represented by water. So there's this feeling of part of your spiritual mission here on this planet at this time is to be a source of intuitive knowing or information for those around you. You might be psychic, you might have divination skills, you might, again, have different sentiences, I guess that's how you would say. You might be clairaudient, you might be clairsentient, you might have precognitive dreaming, you know, all those amazing psychic abilities. You might be one of those people. And you could even be honing them as we speak. You could be downloading things as we speak. You could actually be opening up to those intuitive abilities as we speak. But there's something about that that has to do with your spiritual purpose here and your life purpose. Okay. Something about the psychic abilities, your ability to counsel, your ability to be a source of wisdom for others closest to you or around you is part of what your spiritual mission and or soul or life purpose is all about. I do feel that when you get those intuitive nudges, that King of Cups, he's peering, it feels like he's scrying into his cup. So you get those intuitive hits or those nudges. Over here with the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands will take action on those things. Knight of Wands is always action-oriented, movement forward, divinely inspired. It's an energy of spiritual inspiration. So you act, it's feeling like you act on those intuitive nudges with these 2 cards together. And you act on those intuitive nudges with authority. Kings are always an energy of authority to me. And the knights are ones that move and take action according to their suit or the way that they are inspired. This Ace of Cups energy is that healing flow of water that I believe also relates to your counseling ability. So you naturally have a way with words or a way to be empathic and allow the love and the energy to flow like this Ace of Cups. Because Ace of Cups is always about love. It's always about healing water and water that flows. It is also transmutative energy. We always see the Ace of Cups depicted with lotus flowers. And lotus flowers are indeed energy of healing and transmutation. So you have a way to heal the people around you with your wisdom. And that's part of your spiritual mission and or life purpose here. Again, it's saying trust your feelings and your dreams to guide your career path. Well, your psychic or your intuitive abilities might be part of that career path, might be part of your life purpose and soul mission. I feel like you just have a natural ability to help people around you with the wisdom that you have through experience or through your psychic abilities. I look at this family energy. Okay, if it's not immediate family, it's your soul family. Okay, you might be a light worker and you might actually be sharing your wisdom with your tribe. Okay, family isn't always just blood. So that's what that's telling me as well. Okay, so your dreams might speak to you. They might help you discern things. I think Your dreams help you take action also on situations and circumstances in your everyday physical waking life. There's this highly intuitive energy that's here from the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups, and there's this feeling of confidence in that ability. There's also this feeling with the Ace of Cups of obviously new energy, but there's this feeling of new energy that's waking you up to more of your abilities, more of your gifts, okay? Because I feel like the King of Cups has like graduated and become his highest version. He is literally the highest of the court cards. So whenever I consider the kings, I do see them as being in their highest element, the element of themselves. So their highest self, their highest expression. So you're opening the door to your higher self through these abilities, and or through the way that you help and counsel and are empathic to others. As you help others, you then level yourself up. You become more of your true self, is also what I'm getting from that. So let's see if we can get a few of these cards here. See what else we can get about your life purpose, your spiritual mission here on this planet. I feel like you're a source of comfort and nurturing to those close to you. You give wise, sage advice. You are a seat of, again, wisdom. People, again, might just show up to you out of nowhere randomly and just start divulging all their secrets. I don't know why people can... It's weird how people can pinpoint those who are going to sit and listen. It's maybe their inner knowing can kind of like seek it out, kind of like a radar system. That's kind of what I'm getting from that. Like, you could be minding your own business at a park and somebody will come sit down next to you and start telling you their whole life story, you know? It's like, how do they know? How do they know? Right? So let's see if we get 3 cards. All right, so there you go. There's the helping hand energy, absolutely. Okay, I can't make this stuff up. This is why I shuffle live. Look at that. A chalice, and you have the Ace of Cups. So, and the wheel. Jeez, wow. Okay. So, the helping hand energy, okay, that is definitely energy of you helping others. You are a source of help to others around you. You give help. And it's this feeling of extending yourself, okay? You extend yourself to others easily with this card. And you have skills, because we do work with our hands, don't we? So you do have skills, and your skills do aid and help others, okay? So there's something about your nurturing quality, either your psychic gifts, your just natural ability to give wise, sage advice that is a help to those around you, whether immediate family, whether your soul family, okay? Some of you might actually be counselors in real life. You might actually, work in psychology, or you might be a therapist, okay? In all actuality, that might be what you do. Or some of you might be seeking that out because you're just good at that, as far as a field of study. So definitely. And then, the chalice energy is always about that flowing healing energy. So I'm looking at this like this is synchronicity over here. These 2 cards together. It is that flowing healing energy to me. With the Ace of Cups, and to me it's just, if anything, emphasize the idea that you are a healer. But This card also talks about your aspirations, your dreams. Think of it like a trophy, right? You get an award for a job well done. In this deck, it does talk about that. So this is definitely the emphasis of you accomplishing things and achieving things via the way that you help people. So it's kind of like this feeling of being rewarded for what you do. In some way, it feels like what you do, or the way that you help others, the way you heal others, you may find that rewarding, or somehow it seems like the universe pays you back in kind for the way that you help others. Okay, it can talk about abundance as well. Really, basically your cup being full or your cup runneth over. Okay. And then you have the wheel, which is like a mini version of the wheel in this deck. It talks about progress. It talks about things coming full circle and us moving forward and things shifting and changing and moving toward our destiny. Okay, so this is a very unique combination, but I honestly feel like with these 3 cards, your life purpose involves helping others. There's something very rewarding in that the universe will bless you with in return. There's something healing and very rewarding about that. So it's like as you help others, you also get healed, and you heal others, but you're also getting rewarded for that in some way. Again, the energy of abundance that can come from this. So there's something about this, the way that you help people, that is rewarding you, or will reward you. But what you're doing, helping others, is also changing your life in many ways with this energy over here with the wheel. So things are changing for you, but it's because, again, you're helping others. So as a result of helping others, it's changing your world, or it's changing your life, or it's opening other things up to you. I feel like the wheel is moving you in another direction, though. And I feel that as you pursue your dreams, aspirations, okay, whether it be, we have dreams that we find useful psychically, right? But we also have regular dreams. We have dreams and aspirations we want to achieve. So if your soul purpose or spiritual mission is to work in a field of healing or helping in some way, it does feel like you are in pursuit of that with the Knight of Wands. And things are shifting in the right direction for you when it comes to that with the wheel. But continue to follow the way you are intuitively guided on this path, because you will be rewarded for that. Okay. So some of your mission might just be, being that wise sage in your household, or that wise sage for your soul family. But then others of you might actually be pursuing that light working, healing, counseling, career goal that you have in mind for yourself, because you find it rewarding. But as a result of pursuing those things, it's also going to change your life in really positive ways. So that's what I'm getting from this. So let's see what the Oracle card says here. All right, it says, Ancient Power Mysteries. The Oracle guides you to honor the power of your voice, whether through spoken or sung words, or through what you write, speak about, or stand for symbolically. You have a potentially very powerful healing voice, and you are guided to recognize the responsibility that you have for what you proclaim through your voice. So that does make sense, because again, right here, look, you heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. right? So as a counselor or as a healer or someone who's a wise sage who always gives good advice, right, as a spiritual mission or purpose in life, this is falling in line with that. You have a potentially very powerful healing voice. So again, you might heal with the power of your words. Okay? That does make total sense. And part of your purpose and your mission definitely involves that. And, serving your purpose comes in different forms. Like I said, you just might be that wise sage within your immediate household, But for others, you're pursuing that as a career, as a therapist, maybe as a counselor even, maybe as a light worker, okay? So that's what this is telling me. There's different ways of pursuing your purpose or fulfilling your spiritual mission. But either way, it revolves around being that voice of wisdom and that guidance that people naturally seek from you. They seek that. And when you help people this way, it rewards you. And it also shifts things for you. And puts you on the path. This is also about your destiny. So it's part of your destiny. It's part of what you're meant to do with the wheel. Okay. So pile number 1, this is what I have for you. If you feel that this has helped or connected, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. I do appreciate and like hearing from everybody. If you want to support this channel, like, share, and subscribe. Click the little bell for notifications so you don't miss future content. It also helps the channel. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, please check me out on Etsy. All the info is in the description box down below. You can see what readings I have available. You can book a reading whenever you feel guided to. I also make handmade crystal jewelry, so have fun and explore at my shop, okay? So much love to you wherever you are. Take care and keep shining. Pile number 2, you chose this smoky quartz. I'm going to put that there. This is your card. There is a message on the back of this, and I will incorporate that into the reading at the very, very end. That's kind of, I guess, going to act as your final oracle card. So we want to look at messages about your life purpose, your spiritual mission here, maybe something you need to know, or maybe some confirmation. Maybe some of you are looking for confirmation on that. But let's take a look. Pile number 2 viewers, so you can get messages about your life purpose and or spiritual mission here. A few cards, please. Okay, it says, support. Your life purpose fully supports you. Books. You connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. Some of you might be bookworms. Some of you might be librarians, or maybe have a desire to write a book. Let's see. And study. So yeah, study has to do with books, doesn't it? Reading, research, and education helps you gain confidence and clarity about your career. Some of you could be studying towards your life purpose right now. You could be having your nose in books in order to prepare you for whatever it is that you feel spiritually led to do. But this is saying you are fully supported in what you pursue. If some of you are looking to get education towards something you feel led to do for your life purpose, then you're fully supported in doing so. Some of you might take on a new field of study. Some of you might be looking to write a book. Okay. Educate yourselves towards where your heart is, or what your life purpose, or you feel your life purpose should be. So let's see if we can get 3 tarot cards. So for your life purpose, let's see, life purpose and spiritual mission. Let's see if we can get 3 cards. Okay, these do like to stick, so I got to make sure. All right, so we have the Emperor. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And we have the 3 of Wands. Okay. So, Emperor's Aries energy. Some of you might be Aries. Bear with me here while I move these over so you can see them better. We also have Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus there with the Knight of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Wands. So I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting the vibe that some of you, especially with these two cards, you could be traveling to study. You could easily be traveling somewhere for study with the Three of Wands. But the Three of Wands also talks about an investment, right? You're waiting for that investment or something to pay you back. You put in a lot of energy into something with the Three of Wands, and this is all about waiting for those ships to finally come in and start to kind of materialize for you. So what I'm getting from this is that if you're currently pursuing a career path or a life purpose, or you feel spiritually led to study something, um, you're definitely putting in the work towards that. And it does feel like slow and steady wins the race with the Knight of Pentacles, because that energy is a little bit more slow on the go. But it's one that when it puts energy into something, energy and resources into something, it's so that way it will last for the long haul, because it dots all its I's, it crosses all its T's. It wants to make sure that everything is done right. And the Emperor is about authority. So you have a natural knack or authority, maybe even for teaching, maybe even for business with the Emperor energy, because he's, to me, big boss energy. You might want to pursue or study something so that way you can be self-employed. There might be something there as far as your spiritual mission or soul purpose that involves teaching and study. Study goes along with teaching. I think some of you are currently now working towards your life purpose with these cards on the table. Some of you already know what it is that you're meant to do, and you're just now in the throes of putting the work in. And what this is saying is that your hard work will pay off. You are in a position of confidence and stability with the Emperor. You're in a position of authority as well. You're currently taking action in pursuit of your personal goals. Slow and steady does win the race. So again, even though it might be a little slow on the go into accomplishing what it is that you're setting out to do, you will be able to accomplish it because you're putting in the work, you're putting in that hard work, and that hard work is gonna pay off. You do have the Three of Wands again, which is that return on your investment. You're waiting for the return on this investment. So if some of you are currently studying, gaining knowledge, pursuing something, putting all this mental energy into pursuing a personal goal, if you're giving it that much of your energy, it indeed is part of your life purpose and your spiritual mission to study whatever field of study you are currently putting your, I almost want to say, life force energy into. And it's only a matter of time before it begins to, again, give you that return on your investment. Because a lot of people do put spiritual energy into their purpose, into their career, into their studies, into their pursuits, you know. You put a lot of physical resources as well into those things. And this is kind of saying, hey, please know that you're putting a lot of work into this. You're putting a lot of yourself into this, whatever it is that you're considering pursuing. I think this reading number 2 is for those of you who are already in pursuit of what you feel is your purpose. And this is to tell you or to encourage you that, and to let you know that you are fully supported in the pursuit of this thing. Because I'm looking at this like you're already studying, you're already putting the work in, you're already giving so much of yourself to what you're doing. And it might be taking physical resources as well as physical energy, but you are stepping into your personal power by pursuing this goal. And I'm kind of getting the vibes of a little bit of self-employment here coming from the Emperor. Some of you, your purpose or your spiritual mission might involve you somehow being self-employed. But through that self-employment, you're fulfilling your purpose. Some of you might be teachers as well, or pursuing the career of teaching. Some of you might be in the throes of studying for something important. Some of you might be looking to write a book and putting a lot of your energy into that goal. Some of you might be in the education field, and that can be very broad and wide as far as what your purpose might be. There's something about knowledge and learning that's involved with your purpose and your spiritual mission. You might have a way of educating others, sharing what you know with them. We have the energy of the owl here. And the owl is definitely about wisdom, knowledge, education, experience. So if you're pouring your heart and soul into learning something, whatever it is that you're currently studying for those of you who are in the throes of that, it's part of your spiritual purpose and mission. And Spirit wants you to know that you're fully supported in this endeavor, that you will have, it's almost like that you have spiritual authority in it, but also a high position. You would have a high position in this because the Emperor is that. Some of you could be studying to level your position up in whatever it is that you're currently in as well. It might involve travel. Some of you might be traveling to study or traveling so you can learn something. Nights are about movement. And then you have the Three of Wands there as well. See if we can get 3 cards. Alright, so we have the rat. We have the fire. Stop your passions. Oh, whoa. And then you have the book. Hold on here. There you go. More synchronicity. Well, that fire was the first one that really stood out to me. And that is definitely about pursuing your passion. You might be studying for your passion right now as we speak. It's definitely about, you have the fuel, okay? You have the fuel to pursue something with the fire energy. And it is about creativity too. Now, that rat energy, though, can talk about things that kind of like eat away at us. Sometimes it's our doubt or our fears, or maybe we're not trusting ourselves on the journey enough with that energy, because it can talk about an untrustworthy person or situation. So there is this feeling of maybe not trusting yourself enough to pursue what it is that you really want to do. Some of you might have fears surrounding pursuing that passion, and maybe there's some frustrations involved with the pursuit of them, of your passion, of whatever that may be. But the book is saying, look, there's knowledge, there's education available to you. You can definitely, if you put your heart and soul into it, you can definitely gain what you're searching for, even though there's little things that might come up to the surface to make you question what you're, really giving your all to. Okay, that's what this is feeling like. It's those little gnawing nudges that we get, that we feel like, I'm studying, I'm trying to level myself up. Is this ever gonna get anywhere? You're pursuing your passion with such diligence over here. It feels like, in such consistency. Also with the Knight of Pentacles, you're giving it feels like you're giving your heart and your soul to something, and you're pursuing it with such persistence and consistent energy. The Three of Wands is saying it will pay off. It's just a matter of time before your ships start to come in and you start to see the fruits of your labor literally return back to you. This is about research, doing research over here. These 2 cards do talk about that. So maybe some of you are considering how to go about pursuing your life purpose. Some of you are in the midst of just the beginning stages of pursuing your purpose and maybe are doing the research to find out how to do it. Maybe you do have some fears about it. But this Emperor is saying, look, you're stable, you're supported. Okay, you are fully supported, you are secure. The Emperor is a number 4, so he's a firm, solid foundation. That's also something that maybe you should know about your purpose or what you feel you are, debating pursuing. So there might be some things to learn along the way. We do have books energy and study and research energy here, so there's something to learn along the way. But there's also wisdom and knowledge to be gained in the experience. So if you feel led, spiritually led with this fire energy, because I also consider this like the divine spark. So if you're feeling the divine spark to pursue something and you know it's going to take hard work and study, don't be afraid of putting in the hard work and study towards this thing that you feel led and spiritually inspired to do. It may take some research, it may take some study. Just know that you are fully supported in this endeavor. But with the Knight of Pentacles, just put one foot in front of the other daily, right? And eventually those ships are going to come in. And you'll start to see the fruits of your labor, again, the return on your investment come back to you. The Three of Wands is also a future forward energy. So this is about your security for the future. Like if you're putting all this energy into something, learning something or pursuing a new career path or something like that, you're putting all this energy into it. It's for your future. It's to secure your future. The Emperor is an energy of safety and security and self-empowerment. So if you feel that pursuing that education and whatever moves your heart and stirs your soul with the fire energy here, if pursuing that is a path to self-empowerment, this is saying you have what it takes to accomplish it. Again, this is about your future forward energy, working towards the future. And if you feel sometimes discouraged over here with the rat energy in regards to the progress that you're making towards this passion, again, it's that feeling of slow and steady does win the race. But you have knowledge. You're smart enough to do the research. You're smart enough to write that book. I do feel like some of you are pursuing writing a book. Maybe you're doing research to help you write that book as well. Number 3 as well over here is an energy of expansion, growth, and manifestation. So I definitely do feel that you in pursuit of this is also part of your growth. So whatever field of study that you are embarking upon right now, or you're debating diving into, if you haven't started already, please know that you are fully supported in this. You do have what it takes. You can step into your personal power by pursuing this. Don't be discouraged. It might take some study. Something about your life purpose involves books, right? So some of you might be studying to actually pursue your life purpose. Some of you also might be writing that book, I feel, as we speak. So let's see what this card says here on the back. Okay, so it says Rising Sun. A dark phase and struggle is over. A new phase is upon you, one of hope, glory, light, and triumph. There you go. It is won through boldness and persistence. And I was saying with the Knight of Pentacles that some of you have been very consistent, right, towards your goals. Even if you don't see the progress that you want to see, even though it might be slow on the go, you're still very consistent. And it's that persistence and boldness, right, that will help you accomplish your goal. So it says, you have been through much, and now victory is upon you, beloved, for the divine solar child, a new consciousness within you is born. So that is a good sign, basically saying that you're on the right path. Okay? You're on the right path. You will succeed. You will see this pay off. Okay? And here's that energy of a dark phase and a struggle, right? Because like I said with the rat, sometimes you can, let doubt, insecurities, and worries kind of gnaw away at you and discourage you, right? It kind of feels like even though you have been discouraged, you're pushing through that. But it's because you are persistent, you are consistent, you haven't given up on, your passion or what spiritually moves you. It's because you haven't given up on that victory is yours, that you will be rewarded. In a sense, you will see the fruits of your labor and all your investment come back to you. And that's what the message is here. Okay. So pile number 2, this is your reading. If you feel that this has helped and connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, click the little bell for notifications so you don't miss future content. Also, it does help the channel. And if you want to book a personal reading, all you have to do is check me out on Etsy. All my information is in the description box down below, as well as in the pinned comment. Pay me a visit, see what readings I have available. I also have crystal jewelry that I make by hand, so feel free to explore my Etsy shop and pay me a visit. Much love to you wherever you are. Take care and keep shining. Pile number 3, you chose this lovely citrine point, and I'm going to put that there. This is your card. There's a message on the back. I'm going to use that, kind of acting as your final oracle card. So let's take a look to see pile number 3. We can get messages about your life purpose and or spiritual mission. Let's see if we can get a few cards to get messages about that. Maybe it's something that you need to know in regards to that. Let's see, 3 cards, pile number 3 in regards to their life purpose and or spiritual mission here. All right, so we have school. The answer that you're seeking involves going to school, okay? Talk to your angels instead of worrying. Ask for divine guidance, okay? All right. All right, it says animals. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are part of your life's work. All right, I'm going to grab one more. All right, energy healing. Your natural energy healing abilities are an important part of your life purpose. All right, so some of you might be looking to go to school and study veterinary care or working with animals in some way. Some of you might be energy healers. You might actually, your spiritual mission might involve energy healing in some way. And you might be looking to study for that. I feel like some of you are looking to study this energy healing or physical healing. Some of you might be looking to go into medicine. Some of you might be physical therapists or looking to study to be physical therapists if you're not already that or doing that. Some of you might be looking to get into veterinary care or working with animals in some way. But if there's any confusion or any kind of doubt or concerns about pursuing this or about your mission or purpose that involves some kind of healing or animals, as far as helping animals, this is saying, please don't worry. Ask for divine guidance instead of worrying about this. So some of you might be worried about pursuing your life purpose and or spiritual mission as well. So let's see if we can get at least three cards. Sorry, these do stick. Let's see what we have. We have the Hermit, We have the Six of Wands. Hold on. The Knight of Swords. I'm going to grab one more. The Three of Swords. Okay. So I feel like this is telling me to tell you not to be discouraged, not to give up on the idea of your vision with the Knight of Swords. I know some of you might, with that Three of Swords, you might feel conflicted. That is that energy of head and heart where you feel conflicted about your purpose in some way. And this card, okay, is confirming, these two cards are confirming each other, because again, the head and heart do conflict sometimes with the Three of Swords. Your mind says one thing, your heart says another, and this card is saying, look, instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance, talk to your guides, talk to your angels, pray, right? Seek divine guidance over here with the Hermit, because that's literally what the Hermit does. The Hermit is a soul-searching card. He goes inward to seek answers that he can't find outside of himself. So that's what this is. This is definitely a soul-searching energy. Some of you actually might be soul-searching to find out what your spiritual purpose or mission is. And some of you might, be kind of confused about that. It's like this feeling of knowing what you want to do, but then you might not be sure how to go out and pursue that. You have to consider the Knight of Swords is about focus. It is about pursuit. It is an action-oriented card. So with the Knight of Swords, he does take action, and he does hold a vision, and he does take action on that vision. Some of you might be a little conflicted in regards to that vision that you have for yourself. The thing is that you do have the Six of Wands here, and that is a very, very successfit's energy. Six of Wands is definitely an energy where you're achieving things. Some of you might question whether it's achievable or if it's possible at all to achieve. Some of you might be debating going to school but wondering how you're going to make that work. You want to pursue a goal, pursue a life purpose, or what you feel is your spiritual mission, but it might take schooling, and you might be confused as to, again, how you're going to pursue that on top of maybe everything else you have going on. But the Knight of Swords is that energy where he holds a vision, and you have to stay focused on what it is that you want to pursue or see for yourself. The Hermit is an energy of meditation and solitude, and he's always divinely guided by the star in his lamp. So this is telling me that, you will get divine guidance. I feel like these two cards, well, technically I feel like these three go together. Because here's that conflict of head and heart where you might be a little bit confused about it. This is that worry of head and heart. And then this is the divine guidance. Okay. So I really do feel like some of you are seeking that guidance because you might be conflicted towards your purpose. Some of you have a passion for animals. Some of you have a passion for, energy healing. Some of you might be light workers. And that is part of your life purpose. Some of you might be, Reiki practitioners, or looking to do veterinary work. Some of you might actually volunteer at an animal shelter, or you might foster animals or pets in your home, dogs and cats. Some of you might even have the mission of having a pet rescue or an animal rescue. I can definitely see that here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of these, because I feel like there's a little bit of confusion in regards to pursuing the purpose. There's something about doubting or worrying about the purpose or the mission, or pursuing the education of it, or something like that. You might need to do some soul searching. You might need to ask for divine guidance. The Six of Wands is there showing us that you can be successful in this, but it could be that the conflict of head and heart, or the worry that you have toward it, might create resistance in achieving it. So let's see if we can get 3 cards here. And Spirit is basically saying, please don't worry about this. Like, lean on us, depend on us to help direct you. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, so we have the pentagram. We have pentagram, the girl, and we have the little fish. So I'm looking, the pentagram is all about material gain. Okay. It is definitely about the sum. If I remember, I remember correctly, it's about the sum of all your choices. Like, I think some of you are afraid to make the wrong choice. Maybe you're afraid that if you pursue this, if you go to school for it, you're wondering if you're going to make enough money, or you're going to have enough money to sustain you, or something like that. That pentagram is definitely talking about the material aspects of what you're considering doing. So you might have some material concerns, like financial concerns, when it comes to pursuing this passion or this life purpose or mission. But the fish is an interesting energy, because it does talk about abundance. So if you're worried about your abundance or your good fortune, okay, because it does talk about good fortune. If you're worried about your abundance and prosperity and good fortune, it's telling me that you please don't worry about that. Follow your soul's calling with the Hermit. Again, the soul searching energy that the Hermit does. Follow the soul's calling, and the rest will follow, is the vibe that I'm getting from this. The little girl energy talks about freeing your mind and your thoughts, following your heart. Again, that energy of the inner child. The inner child will follow and pursue the callings and the stirrings of the heart. Children don't have a sense of limitation. They really don't. They are innocent that way, but that's what makes them so special, because they're very carefree and optimistic towards things. And they don't have a sense of limitation. That's why you can ask a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they'll tell you all kinds of crazy things that, us as adults, we think are crazy, but in their mind, it's totally possible, right? So is this kind of making me feel like there's a need to get back to the inner child and remind yourself that everything is possible. Some of you might have worries about the financial aspects of it, or if you'll be successful in it, if you'll be able to support yourself with it. Again, the worrying energy is coming from this, the Three of Swords, and the need to kind of follow your own intuitive guidance, or guidance of spirit. The financial energy, though, comes from that pentagram, and you might be worried about the financial aspects of maybe paying for school, or how are you going to support yourself while you study, or while you go back to school, or while you pursue this spiritual mission and or life purpose. You might be questioning if you're making the right choices. Maybe some of you have concerns as far as whether it'll pay enough when all is said and done. But I really do feel like that little fishy energy there it's telling you that fortune is on your side. The other thing about this energy here is that it talks about the subconscious. it talks about things under the surface, like fish are underwater. You know, they are under the surface of the water. So it talks about the subconscious thoughts. And it can talk about uncertainty. Like deep down in your subconscious, you might doubt, you know, that it's possible or that you can achieve it. Again, go back to the little girl energy where our inner child doesn't see limitation. The fish also talks about fertile energy. So again, the shadow aspect of the fish is that, you know, we have subconscious thoughts that can make us uncertain, doubtful, or suspicious. But on the positive side, it's a very fertile energy, it's an abundant energy, and it speaks of good fortune. So I do feel like despite your concerns, there is prosperity, abundance, and good fortune on the other side of pursuing this, even though you might have some physical concerns with the pentagram. I would say the subconscious, or sometimes we create those limitations for ourselves, and they're based in the subconscious. Sometimes it's our inner child that needs healed before we can kind of remove the limitations of that subconscious mind and the way that it kind of it affects the conscious mind. So Spirit is kind of saying to you, look, you can be successful at this if you hold your vision. If you look through the eyes of your inner child. Remember what it was like to be that little girl, that little boy, that child that didn't see limits. And this applies to no matter what you're pursuing, no matter what you're going to school for. It doesn't necessarily have to be energy healing. It doesn't necessarily have to be working with animals. It's basically whatever you feel your life purpose or spiritual mission involves. This is saying when it comes down to pursuing it in general, okay, no matter what it is, it doesn't even have to be school related or study related. The overall vibe of this reading is that the inner child needs to know, or you need to be reminded of that inner child and the limitless potential of that inner child. That is you. Your innermost self, the hermit, wants to dig deep and reveal things to you. Sometimes with the fish, you got to program the subconscious mind and tell your subconscious mind that it is possible. Some of you are in debates or in the throes of debating the pursuit of your life purpose and or what you feel is your spiritual mission. Some of you might even be trying to find out what your spiritual mission and or purpose is. But that's when you do the digging, you do the soul searching, you ask for guidance from Spirit to help reveal that to you. The conflict of head and heart is going to create resistance in the subconscious, which then blocks the conscious. That's why I was saying it's like this feeling of needing to reprogram the subconscious mind. But there's this feeling also of, look, the Knight of Swords is holding his vision. He's holding his inner truth with the sword of truth. He acts upon his inner truth. He knows himself and he acts on what he knows is truth. The sword can also speak of clarity, and maybe there's a need for some of you to gain clarity on what that purpose and soul mission is, and maybe some of you feel a little bit blocked from that. But what this is saying is that the inner child knows. The inner child knows what the mission is. The inner child knows what the purpose is. Even if you don't consciously, right? If you're not fully conscious of it, the inner child knows. That's why the hermit is here, willing to do the soul searching, to seek it and find it out. So there's a lot of scenarios I'm picking up here. One of them is that some of you are still trying to figure out what that purpose is. And you got to do the soul searching. You do got to connect to your inner child in order to reveal it. Then on the other hand, some of you are looking to pursue your soul mission and or life purpose, but you're worried about the material aspects of it, whether it's possible, whether you'll achieve it. You might have conflicts of head and heart, and you might be worrying about it more than you are actually pursuing it. And this is where Spirit is saying, instead of worrying, you need to ask for support. You need to ask for guidance, because it will be delivered. And there's also this need of clearing the head and the heart, so the head and the heart are in balance, so that way they're not in conflict, they're not creating resistance towards the outcome you want to see for yourself. I honestly feel that there's definitely success on the other side of whatever this is for you. Fortune is shifting here with the fish card. And there's definitely something positive to gain with the fortune and this pentagram, which is material gain. So there's definitely something to gain out of this. There's definitely something to gain out of pursuing it. I am going to grab, hold on, before I finish here, because I wanted to grab that final oracle card, but I also want to grab another card over the Three of Swords. Okay, so yeah, that just confirms the blockage, right? It definitely confirms the blockage. The Eight of Swords is that limitation of the mind. Sometimes we're feeling stuck in pursuit of what that is, in pursuit of our purpose. Maybe we don't know all the time, or we feel like there's limitations. Again, in a shadow aspect with the fish energy, it is about the subconscious. And some of our blockages may be the unconscious or subconscious thoughts. But the Eight of Swords is a limitation. We feel circumstantial limitation. We feel limitation in our minds, right? That is that. Sometimes we feel stuck with the Eight of Swords. And we don't know how to step outside of our own box or out of our own way sometimes with the Eight of Swords. Sometimes it's a matter of mind over matter. The beautiful thing is you have the Six of Wands here, so it's still telling me that your personal goals and what you perhaps, if you are one of those that know what you want to pursue, that you can achieve it. So it's still telling me that, fortune is on your side. There be something wonderful to gain in pursuing this, and that it is possible. Even though in your mind, you might be feeling stuck about it, or toward it, or toward pursuing it. Okay, so that's what you need to know about your purpose and or spiritual mission here. Okay, so let's take a look at this final oracle card. All right, what does this say? It says the dark goddess calls you to her inner chamber where she holds a test and a gift for you. The test is your willingness to meet, oh my goodness, willingness to meet and release the fears within that have been secretly holding you back. There you go. You're being held back by the swords here, the mental limitation, and the conflict of head and heart, which creates resistance, right? The gift is freedom, peace, opportunity, and prosperity in all its forms, right? The reason why this card talks about prosperity is because fish do multiply, okay? Fish do multiply. And they are a symbol of abundance because of that. They're also a fertility symbol because of that, okay? So, yeah, you have the fish energy there. The gift is freedom, peace, opportunity, and prosperity in all its forms. Will you accept her call? Your time for deeper initiation is here. So the time is now to act upon the vision, act upon the inspiration, perhaps with the Knight of Swords. The initiation, I also think, is coming from the Hermit energy, because he does do kind of like a self-initiation. Goes inward to do that soul searching. But yeah, I think, man, this totally does apply. You got to release the fears, right? The subconscious thoughts, the limitations, the thoughts of limitation that create the resistance towards what it is you want to pursue. So pile number 3, this is your reading. If you feel that this has helped or connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. I do like and appreciate hearing from everybody. Also, like, share, subscribe. Click the little bell for notification to support this channel. It does also help this channel grow. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, all my information's in the description box. I do have personal readings on Etsy. All you have to do is visit my shop, see what I have available. I do make handmade crystal jewelry as well. You can see some of my handmade creations there. Feel free to browse and explore my shop whenever you feel guided to. Okay, so much love to you wherever you are. Pile number 3 viewers, this is your reading. Take care and keep shining.